2 years. I can't believe it, but it's been 2 years since I've become a Willy Wonka fan and 5.5 years of me being on YouTube. Sadly, I wasn't able to plan like this big celebratory Willy Wonka video to celebrate the occasion, largely because of burnout. By the time I had uploaded my 2005 Wonka review, which I have more than a few choice words for that later in the video, trust me, I had started a new wave of college classes, a Java programming course and a networking class, both of which kinda mentally destroyed me. By the end of the semester, I was so tired and burned out, which explains why I haven't been doing anything here for the past couple months, but this is the best thing I could muster up in such a short amount of time, saying thank you to everyone who has stuck with me until now. Now, while I still am kind of burned out, the fact that this is my 2-year anniversary of me being a Willy Wonka fan, I knew I had to make some kind of video. Well, that and something amazing has just happened. Okay, so the morning that I was narrating this, something very mystical happened, actually. Now, I'm still sort of sick, and I woke up less than 10 minutes ago at the time, so I was only like half lucid. I got my phone, and I checked YouTube for new videos, which is what I do every morning when I get my phone. I scroll for a bit, and I see this video by Teleanimated, a genuinely really great channel that goes over evolution of characters using their own drawn illustrations. And their newest video that I saw that morning was Evolution of Willy Wonka. And in the thumbnail, you have the usual 1971 Wonka and 2023 Wonka. But then I saw, and I kid you not, Swedish Wonka and Nestle UK Wonka. And at the time, I was walking around in my room, I just stopped dead in my tracks and thought, no way. There is no way. Swedish Wonka and Nestle UK Wonka are like the two most hyper-obscure Wonkas ever in existence. Like, there is no way that this is real. Later I get the chance to watch the video, and they actually listed me as a major source for their research in the description, and I'm just going about my morning routine, and I'm just in awe. Like, I feel like I'm walking on air, and I was shaking, like, I was physically shaking, and I felt like I was having a fever dream. I was just so happy and elated. Never did I imagine that Willy Wonka's deep lore and history, let alone someone so small covering it, would get such a huge amount of coverage by such an awesome YouTuber, but they did it. And they not only covered Swedish Wonka and UK Wonka, but they also talked about Nestle Wonka, his mascot costumes, they talked about Breaker Wonka and Sunmark Wonka individually, and the foreign versions of Broadway Wonka, and I'm watching this video, and again, it felt like I was walking on air. I was just over the moon. It's genuinely really awesome to see all these Wonkas finally getting the attention they deserve. At the time of me narrating this, it has 211,000 views. And I am saying this as I smile ear to ear. Man, I'm so happy. Huge thanks to Teleanimated for citing my channel and videos. You guys are awesome. I will be citing their Willy Wonka video in the description so you guys can go check it out. Now, on to another Willy Wonka thing that I want to talk about. My terrible 2005 Wonka review. This video sucks. I'm not even going to beat around the bush nor sugarcoat anything here. This video is downright bad. If the stellar 76% like to dislike ratio is anything to go by. For those of you who don't know this video, it's a very negative and dare I say downright hateful review of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's 2005 film adaptation. If it wasn't for just how dumb and petty I sounded, this was right in the middle of a time where the 2005 film was actually getting like a lot of positive reception, and there was just sort of this resurgence of positivity aimed towards the film. I used to think that the 2005 film was the worst thing ever, but now, thanks to a hearty amount of very deserved criticism in the comments, I don't really hate it as much as I used to. A lot of the criticism and what was wrong with the video basically boils down to me being overly negative, a cynical perfectionist, and making a lot of defamatory claims about the movie, including that the 2005 film straight up killed the Willy Wonka franchise, that it led to the Swedish Wonka cartoon becoming lost media, and that it's the biggest reason as to why the Wonka company died. All of these claims are false. Do not believe these statements, they are completely slanderous. 2005 Wonka did not kill the Swedish cartoon, nor did it kill the entire franchise. And if we're being brutally honest here, Nestle is the reason as as to why the Wonka company died, not the 2005 film. Now, saying that the 2005 film killed the franchise sounds so stupid. So do a lot of other points that I made in that video. And let's go over some of them, because I want to show you just how dumb this review is. Number 1. I got upset over the fact that Tim Burton kept Charlie Bucket's dad in the film because of how he thought that 2005 Wonka would be a bad father figure, which is obscenely just dumb because Mr. Bucket is right there. There is no need for a father figure at all. Why did I get mad at this? I don't know. But it was probably because I wanted 2005 Wonka to be this little goody two-shoes who needs to be all like Book Wonka and crap. And you know, a version of Wonka who cares about his patrons is a good thing, but like, 2005 Wonka does have an attitude problem, but it was actually sort of bettered at the end of the film. A very heartwarming and effective ending for such a movie, might I add. But at the same time, Charlie's dad is right there. Wonka does not need to be a father figure if the father is right there. 2. I got mad over this film's aesthetic. I mean, the aesthetic is entirely up to the person making the adaptation. And honestly, who cares what the aesthetic is? There are Wonkas who represent early 2000s internet, Yoshi's Island, and cringe company pandering. I think there's more than enough room for Tim Burton's aesthetic here. What makes this even more stupid is that I highlighted another aesthetically dark version of Wonka, and I was acting like, I like this guy better, so he's superior. Like, I don't think I need to go into how stupid that sounds. The overall aesthetic for the movie, it's pretty good. I like it. And it's pretty interesting to see what a Tim Burton Willy Wonka could actually look like. 3. This is the biggest one here, so I saved it for last. I got mad about how the film wasn't a lot like the book, which is kinda dumb actually. Now, it's important to stay faithful to the source material when you're making an adaptation, but at the same time, as I've learned from research, one of the most important things about an adaptation is actually applying your own critiques to the source material. That's actually one of the reasons why I love the 1971 film so much. It made deviations from the source material that actually feel like they could happen in universe. And the same goes for a lot of the things we see in the 2005 film. I'm still a little iffy on the whole backstory stuff, but other than that, I enjoy how the 2005 film stays faithful to the book while also making deviations that mostly feel at home with the source material. Now, back 3 months ago, you would have never heard something like this come out of my mouth, largely because I was blindly hating the 2005 film for whatever reason. I have quite a bit more to say about this, but for the sake of brevity, I just highlighted the 3 biggest problems I myself have. I do want to make a video someday that gives the 2005 film a fair chance, as well as going over the many problems with my old review. Speaking of which, I want to transition into stuff that I plan on doing in the future. I'll be honest, I was really burned out by the time I finalized my 2005 Wonka video, and the fact that I was taking some exhausting college classes really did not help. I think the fact that my 2005 Wonka video turning out how it did was a sign that I just needed to take a break. Not just from YouTube and making videos, but from Willy Wonka in general. That isn't to say I'm completely done, I'm just taking a break. I will return to Willy Wonka content someday, but now I actually want to diversify into other areas, mostly gaming stuff. I have ideas for 2 videos, and I want to share hints as to what they are. A red galaxy and a no flashlight symbol. Do with these what you will. I also have an idea for what I want to do with Willy Wonka when I do decide to go back to making Wonka video essays. I want to largely focus on remaking my very, very old Wonka videos, like the ones talking about Kalle och Chokladfabriken or the LostTimeWonka.co.uk Flash games. They haven't aged very well, largely because my understanding of those topics back then was nowhere near as expansive as it is now. Other than that, I want to focus on original Willy Wonka videos too. I already have one idea in mind, and it's about 1971 Wonka. I won't spoil anything else about it though. All I can really say is, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who has watched my content, new and old. Thank you to Tell It Animated for shouting me out and helping me get my research out there. And thank you for sticking with me this long despite so many ups and downs. And to thank all of this star, there's some dumb sound variation memes. Anyway, I will see you when whichever of the 2 videos gets done first. Peace on, everyone. Have a great day and happy holidays.